So when you first get your grinder, it's going to kind of look like this, except for I've already mounted this part to the bench. And that's going to be the first thing you want to do, is mount the machine to whatever you're going to mount it to, and mount in your control switch. The motor will be preset, so you don't have to do any adjustments on that. You'll have a 1/2 inch bolt with a nylon lock nut, 2 1/2 inch fender washers. The tracking arm will have 2 springs. This is kind of a difficult step, not that difficult. So just hold this over here, grab the spring at the bottom. It's easier said than done at times. Open that spring and put it over the hole. Like I said, it can be a difficult, especially when I'm standing on the wrong side. Find the hole, set it in there. Do both springs. Just like that. Second hardest thing is putting the arm in. Now you can see it just sits right down in there, but these fender washers go on the inside. Slide them in, which makes this pretty tight. But we're using to dampen any vibration. If I had to come on this side, pull my washer down to meet the hole. The head of the bolt you want on this same side as the wheel. So you get it, get it pushed most of the way through where you can just see the bolt cresting the edge of the arm, and you can use your screwdriver or something to tap the other washer into place. Let's hit the bolt. Screwdriver in the hole. Get that washer lined up. It's really close. Like I said, if it isn't tight, you're going to have slop issues. So that's why it's a tight situation. Everything does fit nice and tight. Just like that. Run our bolt through. And that's real easy. Really easy to move. And then you want to run it down snug. Back it off a quarter turn. Back it off a quarter turn. Now if it seems like it feels real tight, you can back it off a little bit more. Just not too much more. You don't want it. There we go. It shouldn't have any resistance except for the springs, which is what I've got. Next, you want to put in the front rollers and platinum. This is easy. It says top. It's pretty obvious that wheels are going to go on that side. Said in there, don't tighten this yet because you haven't got your belt on. Get your belt on. Slide this back. Now you can use the wrench or your hand. I'm used to pushing on the back, but if you push your wrench down where you open that arm up a little ways, you can come out just a little bit farther. Make sure your belt's on pretty close, and then you tighten this down over here. We have tension on the springs, and that's exactly what we want. Give the belt a little bit of motion, and then you can turn it on. And it's operational. Slide your work deck in, or work table in. I've always called it a deck. It's called the work table, work deck. Slide that in. Space it to where you want it. By sliding it in, it will go all the way up against that belt, so don't just shove it in there. Put the belt on before you shove it in there. Like I said, this is a thin 220 belt. If you put a 36 grit belt on there, you're going to lose some room here, especially if it's a ceramic belt. These are really thin belts. Ceramic belts are a little heavier. And it's simple. This is the only part that's kind of tough. Take this belt off of here. You can see there is no play in this thing at all. It is rock solid, and that's what you want. So yes, those fender washers can be difficult to put in there, but put them in there. And that's it. That's all we got on this. And, I know you're going to enjoy this grinder. Knife makers are going to really enjoy using this grinder. It's real easy to use, real easy to set up. You can mount it on a bench, or you can mount it on a stand. But without it being bolted down, it will move. It operates very smooth, but it's end heavy on both ends. You take the work table off, and it's going to want to fall backwards. Put the work table on, but it's way out here, it's going to want to come forward. Because the work table alone is probably 4 pounds. Simple to use. You need a 3/4 inch wrench, 3/4 inch socket, 9/16 inch wrench, 9/16 inch socket, and a 7/16 inch wrench and a 7/16 socket to make all your adjustments. I really hope you enjoy this grinder. I know I do. I've been using mine for quite a long time. I use it every day. And still working smooth. This is my grinder, very dirty, because it is, like I said, it is used every day. I made this little shield from the kickback you get from stuff coming right at you. The shield is, and this bolt goes out on all of them. So if you wanted to make a shield or order a shield, you can move this shield wherever you need it. Sounds like champ.